Hello and welcome to our next installment in converting fractions to decimals. This one's entitled The Work. I know most of you are thinking, work, I don't like doing that. That's not very fun. But I'm going to try to make this as simple as possible. If you have 1/4 that you're trying to convert to a decimal, you notice this sign here is just a fancy division symbol. In fact, if you look at this division symbol, which most of you are used to, this 1 actually is symbolized by this dot, and this 4 is symbolized by this dot. So actually, this division is saying that it is a fraction. Sometimes it's written like this. So, most of you learned already that when you divide, the number you're dividing by goes on the outside, and the number you're dividing goes on the inside. So it looks like this. Now 4 can't go into 1 equally, so we have to put a 0 there. So I'm going to put a decimal point there, and then I can start adding zeros forever, because this is still 1. 4 goes into 10 twice, so I subtract 8, because 4 times 2 is 8. I'm left with 2. I can pull down another 0. That's 20. 4 times 5 is 20. So now we don't have a remainder. So we know that 1/4 equals 0.25. Now that's a pretty simple one. I wanted to show you what happens sometimes. It doesn't end this quickly. So we'll try 2/3. If I were to give you 2/3, that would be 2 divided by 3. So you would say 2 divided by 3. Okay. 2 is not divisible by 3, so you have to put a 0. 3 times 6 is 18. 20 minus 18 is 2. I'll add another 0. I get 20. 3 times 6 is 18. And looking at this, I say, uh-oh, it looks like we're going to keep getting 20 and 18. So that's not right. Actually, it is right. It's just, this is called a repeating decimal, and it'll go on forever. So in this case, you normally round to the nearest hundredth place, or wherever your teacher tells you to round to. I'm going to say the nearest hundredth place, so using your rounding rules that you should know, I say the nearest hundredth. So I know that my next one is also going to be 6. So I look at my hundredths place, which is right here, and the next number is greater than 5, so that rounds up to 7. So my answer should be 0.67, and that is 2 divided by 3. Do you think we need to do one more? I think maybe we should. Let's try 7/8. This is 7 divided by 8. I'm using both division notations just so you can understand that. So I say 7 divided by 8. That's 0. Knowing my 8s, 8 times 8 is 64, and 8 times 9 is 72. So it's got to be 8, because 72 would go over. So I put a 6 there. I can pull down a 0. 8 times 7 is 56. Pull down a 4. Now my numbers are still changing, so I'm going to give this one more try. 8 times 5 is 40. So here, I know I did that a little quick, but here if you go step by step, you see that your answer would be 0.875. So 7/8 is equal to 0.875. Now I know this is a long way, and you're saying, can't I just use a calculator for this? Yes, if you know how to do this, then you can punch into the calculator 7 divided by 8. But what you need to be careful of is, a lot of times I've noticed, and maybe I've done this myself, is that you put the bigger number always divided by the smaller number, and that won't give you 0.875. So if you put into the calculator 7 divided by 8, then yes, you'd get the right answer, and then you don't have to do all this work. But I just wanted to show you how it all works so that you understand. If the top number is less than the bottom number, then the answer should be less than 1. If the top number is greater, then it'll be more than 1. So that's kind of a rule of thumb for you to understand. So hopefully you understand this and you can convert these into decimals now.